Yo guys, and welcome to my review of episode 37 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, the penultimate dueling episode of the show between Yugioh and Yuhi. Now, I should instantly start by saying we're not going to be doing a review next week, but just like the previous two arcs, I'm going to make one review to cover both of the episodes. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're wondering where next week's review is going to be. I'm going to review both at the same time. So yeah, but overall, this was a really good episode. I think both Yugioh and Yuhi, despite the result, were handled really well. Despite Yuhi losing, he was handled great, and it's nice to see that we are, kind of developing him a bit more and giving him a bit more personality. Just like Yuamu said in the episode, it does seem like he's maturing a bit, which is really nice to see. Again, we saw a little bit of this in the Arc 1 finale in episode 13, but again, it's nice to see a little bit more of him. Zubijo was just incredible. I don't know why some people didn't think he was going to do anything, right? That he's going to disappear from the show and just become a baker. I mean, to me, it was pretty obvious that he had some kind of plan. I just feel like having him let Udius win in that first arc, giving Udius the equip in the second arc, and then just basically disappearing and becoming a baker in the third didn't really make sense. So yeah, this made complete sense, and we know that he wanted to use the Erdamar to stop the war on Velgear. Now he's probably trying to do the same thing with the Great King of Terror's negative energy, so that's really great, and I hope that we can continue with him this way. And he's definitely been really good so far. He seems like what they were trying to do with Otis in sevens, but failed, right? With this continuously showing up character, which he's lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to appear, to gather information. But again, just here it's been done correctly. One thing I also want to point out, I don't exactly agree with the incentive of a character is a bad villain just because of the fact that they become friendly by the end, right? Like, let's say that Yugioh was defeated properly, and then that, he started working with our team. Why would that make him a bad villain? I don't know, especially since, that's one of the biggest criticisms that Bridge Studio gets. But Gallop has done the exact same thing a lot as well. Two of the most famous villains in Yu-Gi-Oh are Pegasus and Merrick. And sure, you could say that Merrick was turned by the Millennium Ring, but he's still, technically turned good. Same with Pegasus, right? Pegasus was this big villain, but you learn he actually was just doing it for a good cause. It's just, he was doing it in a bit of an incorrect way. So I don't know, I feel like, you don't need to be continuously bad, even in the end of the show, to be considered a bad villain, right? Whether you're good or a bad villain is determined during the time that you were that villain character, right? It's the same with also Callan. he turned good at the end. Again, a bit of an influence from a darker force, but every show has had one of those characters. You can look, every single show has had one, or actually I think every show has had two. So yeah, I don't really agree with that incentive, but we'll see. One thing that I'm very curious about to find out next week is how exactly Yugioh and Yugioh are going to get frozen out, right? Because I actually thought that they would get frozen, right? I had this kind of prediction that they might get frozen, but I thought that only Yugioh would get out, since in like episode, what was it, like 6 or something, we found out that he can be frozen and nothing would happen to him. So that was kind of my prediction for that, but we see in the preview for next episode that Yuki and Yuamo are also out of the ice. So somehow they had to have broken out. The question is how, but yeah, overall a really really good episode. I'm very interested to see a bit more about what exactly Zuijo's plan is, because he's been really good. I mean, basically since he appeared. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. Did you like the episode? Did you hate it? And yeah, I'll see you guys with the next review.